Hey, welcome to episode 38 of the franchise. I'm your host, Daniel Ehrenberg.
I'm your co-host, Henry Papali.
H-Pap over there. And we're talking Hunger Games today still. Mockingjay, parts 1 and 2.
Yeah.
The 4-hour adaptation of that young adult novel. I gotta tell you, Henry, right off the bat,
hear it.
I said a lot of nice things about those first 2 Hunger Games movies. Love those movies.
Mm-hmm.
This was a slog and a half.
Well, we're going to disagree.
Hank's disagreeing. Okay.
Partially. It's a partial disagreement, but I think we're going to agree on a major thing. But, yeah, it wasn't... Well, we're getting into it, but
Let's jump right in.
All right.
Mockingjay Part 1, directed by Francis Lawrence. He's back. We talked about him last week. He's doing both of these. And same writing team on both of these, too. Peter Craig and Danny Strong.
Yeah, I looked them up.
I'm very familiar with Danny Strong.
Yeah, I've seen 3 things of his, 2 of which I loved, and 1 of which was terrible.
Now, Danny Strong, for years, was a favorite character actor of mine. He didn't write until the last few years.
Okay.
He got his start over there on Buffy as Jonathan Levinson, great character. He had a long recurring role on Gilmore Girls as Paris's college newspaper running boyfriend, Doyle.
Okay.
He's been in a lot of good films. In fact, I just saw him in something the other day. What
Really?
the fuck was it?
Oh.
I don't remember, but I'm going to look him up right now. But Danny Strong, he's a great guy. As a writer in recent years, he wrote Recount and Game Change for HBO.
Yeah, they're great.
And he co-created with Lee Daniels the hit TV show Empire.
Okay, that's not what I was going to say. Oh, all right. Oh, that makes sense for the movie that, The Butler.
Oh, yeah, Hey, don't... Full titles here on this podcast.
Yeah, right.
That is officially called Lee Daniels' The Butler.
Yeah, it's no good.
Did you see The Butler?
Yeah.
No good?
I mean, it has
I know you hate Lee Daniels. You've talked to me about this more than once.
It's kind of just based on that Sundance interview.
Yeah, I know.
Can you judge somebody from one interview? I don't know.
The thing I saw Danny Strong in recently was Billions. He's on that TV show Billions. He also was on Mad Men for a little while as one of the copywriters.
That's right. I saw that. Yeah,
yeah. He's been in a lot of stuff. Good actor, good writer.
Yeah. And the other guy was Peter Craig, who wrote The Town, co-wrote The Town.
I'm not done with Danny Strong, my friend.
I didn't think you were.
So Strong's next thing, I believe he's writing and directing a biopic about J.D. Salinger.
Really?
Yeah. Which could go either way, really.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But he's doing it. I don't think he's got any famous people. Oh, no, you know who's playing J.D. Salinger is that Nicholas Hoult.
Oh, yeah, Beast.
Yeah, Beast from the X-Men. And the guy from Mad Max Fury Road.
That's right.
Yeah.
And from that zombie movie that was pretty funny.
What?
Remember that? The comedy?
Oh, Warm Bodies. I didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
It was very good. I liked that.
Yeah, I remember that. But I will say Danny Strong, I met him at Barnes & Noble.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he came in. I was helping him. He's a very wee man, very short. And I couldn't resist.
I knew you were going to fanboy out on him, or?
I didn't fanboy out so much because here's how I got in there. The first thing I said to him was that I really liked Recount. So he's like, oh, this guy knows me as a writer.
Yeah.
You know? And so we talked about that for a while. And then I said, I wrote my college undergraduate thesis about the use of foreshadowing in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's right. My classic award-nominated thesis. Not winning. A paper on the wire one. My award-nominated thesis, From Dusk Till Dawn, Foreshadowing in the Buffyverse by Daniel Ehrenberg. That's right. That was 60 pages of me.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Wait, you had to write a thesis for undergrad?
That's correct.
That's interesting.
For the television program.
Oh, all right. I'm trying to remember. My big paper was a little on the same topic. I believe I was comparing the various sculptures of David throughout the centuries by Donatello and Bernini and other people. Yeah.
Yeah, Donatello, widely known as the poor man's Joss Whedon. But yeah, but that really got him jazzed. I remember Danny Strong asking me questions about my undergraduate thesis for like a half hour that day.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That made your day, made your month.
Oh, please. It made my 6 years at Barnes & Noble worth it.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as you said, Peter Craig, probably best known for co-writing The Town with Ben Affleck.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know if that's what he was best known for, but I figured that's what it was. So, yeah.
So these are two very good writers.
Yeah.
Albeit not ones known for their adaptations, necessarily. Is The Town based on a book?
I actually
probably. I feel like Affleck, all of Affleck shit is based on books.
Yeah, Dennis Lane books, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't think it was. I thought it was an original, but it probably isn't. Yeah. What's his connection to Mr. Daniels? How did they get together?
Oh, Empire. That's all.
Well, but the Butler preempted that, didn't it?
No, but I believe by date. Oh no, maybe you're right. I think Danny Strong, because he was writing political shit back then, recounting Game Changer. What have you? So yeah, he wrote. I believe the Butler was not developed by Lee Daniels. That was a Danny Strong script that Lee Daniels.
For the
directed.
record, I don't hate Lee Daniels. Let's just put that out there.
Lee Daniels obviously chose to retitle Danny Strong's script from The Butler to Lee Daniels as The Butler.
Right. Maybe my thing with Lee Daniels is like your thing with Inarritu.
What?
Well, you find his well, you don't like his movies either, though.
I like his first three.
Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah, that's different. Yeah, well, I mean, like his personality is just a little hard to take.
Well, Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu is a piece of shit.
Okay.
I hate that guy.
All right, you'll see. I wouldn't say that.
He's like one of my least favorite people. Like if I made a top 5, he'd be on it.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. And Lee Daniels, I just find kind of untalented. He's sort of like if Hype Williams got to make prestige films.
That's a good way to put it.
You know Hype Williams?
I know the name.
He was a music video director in the 90s. He directed one movie, Belly, starring Nas and DMX.
Oh, all right.
Which I rewatched recently. Totally holds up.
I saw a very excellent movie last night by an African-American director.
Oh, now's the time you pretend you're not racist just because you hate Lee Daniels?
Yeah.
Okay, what film was that?
After I go, then you try to organically manufacture a Mexican director you like.
I don't need to do that.
Yeah,
I don't hate Iñárritu because he's Mexican.
I know, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No. You know how sometimes you ask me like, "Hey, quick rec."
Sure. What do you got?
Get Out.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! I want to see that too bad. Like,
oh man,
I love that Key and Peele. So
do I.
It's
one fucking great.
Listen, Jordan Peele, he is married to my number one celebrity crush, which makes me hate him slightly.
Oh, who's that?
It's Chelsea Peretti.
Okay.
But he, the guy's obviously smart and funny. I enjoyed Keanu last year, and
I didn't see it.
I want to see this. And Blumhouse Productions, they know what they're doing over there.
Oh man, I know. You're right. We've talked about them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Anyway, so there you go. Henry's not a racist.
Henry's not a racist. Yeah, no, you're not. I kid.
I think our listeners know that.
I kid with love.
I know. Like Rickles.
That's right. Mr. Warmth. All right.
Okay. So why don't we get some stats on this bad boy?
Hey, Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 was released November 21st, 2014. The halcyon days. And you saw it in theaters?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of remember you seeing this in theaters.
Uh-huh.
A budget of $125 million. A box office of $755.4, gigantic hit. Surprisingly not as big as Catching Fire. I'll say that. Over $100 million less than Catching Fire. And I think people were mad about the split.
Well, it's a big deal. It's a big problem. Yeah.
It just doesn't work. I mean...
But can I throw this out there right away?
It never works. The Breaking Dawn movies are a slog. Deathly Hallows kind of works a little bit because that shit's so epic, but it's split weird where all the action in the entire movie is in part 2.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But here's the thing. I really liked this movie a lot.
Mockingjay Part 1?
Part 1. Yes. I really
okay.
I did. And I remember really liking it in the theater. And I remember being surprised. Like it's definitely fucking like the darkest, the moodiest, the serious. But I also thought it was Jennifer Lawrence's best performance. She's finally getting my MVP in this one. I just really liked it. I liked the pacing. I didn't care about like the lack of action. I thought it kind of.
I didn't care about the action either. I'll get to my feelings. I'm still on stats, man.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry. I was just diving in right there. But go ahead. Yeah, Corp, go ahead.
But not to interrupt you.
No. Go ahead.
Let me finish the stats here.
Please do.
Because I want you to do the top 5 of 2014.
I was going to ask you. I couldn't remember if we'd done this year before.
I don't believe so. And so, I mean, we might have. Whatever.
Who knows?
Fucking, what's it called? Hunger Games still, even with the smaller box office, number 2 for the year.
All
right. So you're going to give me the other top 5.
That's
I'll tell you, one of them's the first movie in a franchise. 2 of them are the first films in a franchise. One of them is the second movie in a franchise, and one of them is a standalone picture.
Jeez. All right. It's a little hard for me.
2014. You like fucking nail 1982. You can do 2014.
I know, but God, I saw a lot of movies that year. 2014. So the second one of them's a second movie in a franchise?
That's correct.
Was that the year the second Thor came out?
No. That was 2013, I believe.
I need some help. I really do, because I'm thinking of like movies like Nightcrawler and shit like that. No.
Number 5, animated.
God.
It was sort of an innovative film. Directed by a couple fellas who normally work in the live action field, or sometimes work in the live action field. They go back and forth. And I actually watched it a week ago for the first time. And I always thought I'd hate it, and I loved it.
I don't have a fucking clue, man.
It is the Lego Movie.
Oh, okay. All right, never saw it.
Yo, it is good.
Yeah?
Yeah, really good. Really off-kilter and weird and clever. Smart.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Enjoyed it. That's Phil Lord and Chris Miller, your boys from, Jump Street and...
okay.
And what's the other one? Last Man on Earth, which you love.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 4, the second film in a Marvel franchise that is not Thor.
All right, well, then I should get this. Jesus. Avengers Age of Ultron.
No.
What? Really?
That's not 2014.
The second, well, I know no Iron Man, Winter Soldier?
That's correct. Captain America, The Winter Soldier, a very good Marvel film.
Excellent film, yeah.
Hey, I just got a news bulletin, Henry.
Ooh.
We've never done this before.
Oh,
Bill Paxton died.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Oh my god, that sucks.
Yeah, I know.
Man.
Not to bring down this podcast.
Yeah, wow, that sucks, man. We're both big fans of his.
We are both legit fans of Bill Paxton.
We are, and he's come up when we talked about Predator 2, and I don't know if he's come up before, but
he's been in some great franchises.
Aliens.
Predator.
Boy.
Man,
wow.
Bill Paxton.
Did they disclose how yet?
I just got a text from a friend. I don't know.
Oh.
I'll tell you what. Big Love, one of my favorite HBO shows.
Yeah, I saw for a couple of seasons of that. He was great.
I love him in the great, you know the one. What's the Weird Science?
Oh, yeah, he's great in that. He's also in Terminator.
That's true.
Holy
so that's fuck.
Franchise. You know what? This does
Titanic!
This deserves a couple of minutes. Just a couple of minutes.
Let's take a second, talk a little about Bill Paxton.
Yeah, I pulled him up here now.
I've got him here. He's dead due to complications from surgery. How about that? I don't care for it.
I don't care for it either. He's in just naming some of the ones that stick out for me. A Simple Plan.
Apollo 13.
Tombstone.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you got me beat. I'm out. I feel like I've named all the ones I know.
Well, I got a list. I got a list here.
Oh,
Nightcrawler. I just said Nightcrawler.
Well, I'll say a TV show he's in just started. He's in that Training Day show.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That show's fucked. I mean, the ratings were bad anyway, but.
Right. Oh, man. Yeah, that's right. He was in Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise.
Hey, how about Frailty? Didn't he direct that?
Yes.
That's a good movie.
Yes, it is. And I do want to say he is really excellent in Nightcrawler. That's what I probably last time I saw him in a theatrical release. But, boy, that's really sad.
I'm going to celebrate Bill Paxton by doing a double feature. Oh, my God. Wait, no, more than a double feature. I got to watch a lot of these. I tend to do this when actors die. I'll watch a couple of their movies. Yeah. And I Near Dark.
Oh,
Near Dark is one of my favorite films of all time. So I gotta watch that.
Well, of his ones that we've named, Aliens is one that is Alien of Bill Paxton, like things that I actually quote on a semi-regular basis. His character in Aliens, I quote all the time.
And I'll say underrated.
Hudson.
Underrated for his role in the Judd Nelson independent film. So ridiculously underrated. The Dark Backward.
I've never even heard of it.
It's a great film where Judd Nelson grows a third arm out of his chest. And Bill Paxton is second billed in that movie. He's great.
He's in True Lies, too.
Hey, Twister. Hey, listen. Bill Paxton, I want to salute Bill Paxton on an amazing career. Dead too soon at 61. I love Bill Paxton. This is a fucking bummer.
Yeah, that sucks, man. We love you, Bill. That's just too bad. Condolences to his friends and family. That's really, really sucks.
And James Cameron, apparently. I didn't realize how much he worked with that
guy. A lot. Yeah. Oh, boy. Well, he'll be coming up eventually when we do Aliens, so we'll get to talk a lot about him because Hudson's one of my favorite characters, and he's got all the good lines in that movie.
Oh. Yeah. All right, Bill Paxton. All right. All right.
Could have used him in Mockingjay.
Really could have, honestly. All right, we were talking
you were in the middle of stats.
I was talking about Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
What else?
Bill Paxton, by the way, was in Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's right.
Yeah. Number 3 is another Marvel film.
Captain America: Winter Soldier. 2014. Was that Guardians of the Galaxy?
That was.
Finally, Jesus.
Guardians of the Galaxy made more money than Captain America: The Winter Soldier. That's cool.
It had a lot of hype. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like not a popular property.
No.
Yeah.
I loved it though. It was very fun.
Great-
I didn't
great
like it as much
movie.
as Captain America, but
I'm looking forward to that volume 2.
mm-hmm.
Sure. And I gotta tell you, I like it even more now because since watching Guardians of the Galaxy for the first time, I have discovered the great wrestling work of Batista,
Mm-hmm.
who plays, Groot.
Yeah.
No, not Groot.
The other dude.
Yeah, what the fuck's that character's name?
Oh, who knows?
I
don't
should know. I read the comics.
Yeah, you should. I couldn't
Drax.
tell you.
Drax the Destroyer.
Drax. Yeah. I
yeah.
only know Star Lord and the Beaver guy.
Yeah, Rocket Raccoon. I love that Batista, man. That guy could wrestle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Then 2 was Mockingjay Part 1, and number 1, an Academy Award nominated film, featuring an Academy Award nominated actor, by a director we very recently covered on the podcast. Extensively.
We extensively covered him.
And you wouldn't necessarily expect this to be the number 1 film of the year. I cannot fucking believe how well this movie did.
Clint Eastwood.
That's
American
it.
Sniper.
Correct. American Sniper, number 1 for 2014.
That's okay. Yeah. Well, we know why that was number 1. So.
Why?
Because of the political overtones in Americans rushing.
Yeah.
But when I went to see that movie in theaters,
Yeah.
and I couldn't get a ticket and had to go another day.
Yeah, because you live in New Jersey.
That's never happened to me here before.
Mm-hmm.
In New York, sure, because if I go to try to see the Avengers or whatever, but fucking American Sniper, the lines were out the wazoo, and I rolled my eyes and said, "Big fucking shock."
I enjoyed it though.
So did I.
I liked Snipes.
Yeah, but we're smart people, so that's okay.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 1 movie.
All right.
Wow.
Let's get into Mockingjay. You loved it.
I really liked it a lot.
All right.
Yeah. It had me narratively. It had me the whole way, and it had my favorite moment in any of the movies.
That's crazy. The curtsy is the best moment.
Well, the arrow shooting the dome is pretty fucking cool too.
Not as good as the curtsy.
Okay, well, I'm not. You're going to give the curtsy, and yeah, all right, that's
the
fine.
curtsy gets my MVP.
Yeah. Well, I knew that this is not a popular opinion, but I don't really give a shit. So, yeah, no, I really enjoyed Mockingjay 1. It's a weird little. It's not little. It's a weird movie because it's in this needless quadrilogy, and I feel like if they would have combined this somehow with just a shorter ending, they could have tell me your opinion on this. Could they have just made a 3-hour final movie?
I submit that they could have made a 2-hour and 20-minute final movie.
Well, by the way, that was another reason I liked this one. It was one of the shortest ones.
Yeah, but it should have been 20 minutes long.
Wait, what? What do you mean? 20 minutes longer?
No. 20 minutes long. Mockingjay Part 1 is the first act of a movie stretched out to feature length.
Well, see, that's how I felt about Part 2.
No, man.
Part 2 dilly-dallies a lot and has a lot of needless action.
I totally agree with you, but it's got more meat on them bones.
I didn't think so.
This movie, the whole thing is so...
Yeah, go ahead. You give a little plotty.
They rescued Katniss at the end of the Hunger Games there, catching fire. And so she's got this whole movie. They've got to convince her to be their figurehead for the upcoming revolution. And Julianne Moore is the president of the mythical District 13, which is hoping to overtake the Capitol. And so this is an entire movie about Jennifer Lawrence making propaganda videos and making moony eyes at fucking Gale.
I thought she had a little more stuff to do than that.
Oh, it's brutal. I was talking to this girl, Olga, this week, and she was telling me that it's like 4 chapters of the book, this movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's like, because I was talking about Hunger Games, and I was like, man, they split it in half. And she was like, they did not split it in half. Like,
oh, that's interesting.
Part 1 is the beginning of the book.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess you know what it is. For me, it's easier to like this movie more than I guess other people because I'm not like a huge fan of this whole franchise, and I have no investment in it. And after coming through a kind of a disappointing, like as you know, we talked about it last week, I did really like the first 2, but I didn't like them as much as I remembered liking them. And so this, to me, was almost just like a completely separate movie that I just liked the tone of it.
This is where we differ. Because
and it just worked for me as its own movie. I didn't even care about the other shit going on. I just thought it was cool.
To me, I'm like, fucking... I think those first 2 Hunger Games movies are all-time classics.
Yeah, I know you do. I know.
And so to me, Mockingjay Part 1... all of a sudden, the Ewoks are around. We're pod racing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. Sure. I get that.
You know, whatever.
If I thought that about the first 2 movies, I might feel the same way, but I don't. So yeah, it was.
Here's another big problem for me.
Okay, and then I want to tell you my favorite scene.
Fine. We took all that care in Catching Fire to set up new characters that we care about. All right, Jeffrey Wright. I'm talking Prim. Not Prim. Fuck Prim. Fucking, Jenna Malone. Yeah, Plutarch Heavensby. Whatever. All these characters, and we've already got the stalwarts. Elizabeth Banks, Woody, right? And then all of a sudden, in this movie, we're like pushing the characters we care about to the side. Katniss is spending the entire time with Gale. We're being introduced to this very watery character played by Julianne Moore, who just...
Good word.
Yeah. Seems like a mustache twirler right from the start.
She does.
When she turns out not to be the greatest person later in the series, like... I'm not surprised. It's fine.
No.
Whatever. She is like evil gray hair. She looks like fucking Sindel from Mortal Kombat.
And she's got like these weird contacts.
Yeah, she does. But and then you got like, and then all of a sudden we're being introduced to like a whole new group of young characters, but these don't have any personalities. As far as I'm concerned, Natalie Dormer's only character trait is she has a cool haircut. And Eldon Henson hanging around these movies, a very good character actor, doesn't even get any dialogue. What are we doing in this movie?
We are showing an awesome scene of a human wave attack. It's destroying the dam that cuts the power.
Isn't that the second one? Isn't that part 2?
No, that's this one.
Oh, okay.
Which starts with my favorite sequence, and it is musically related. I love the scene when she sings, and then she's singing a song called "The Hanging Tree."
Yeah.
And everyone joins in, and it's helped by the fact that the music is very cool. And I read that it was written by the Lumineers.
I like the Lumineers.
Yeah.
The Lumineers are sort of like a slightly better version of that horrible craze of folksters with beards that happened a few years ago.
Yeah.
I find the Lumineers slightly more listenable than, say, Mumford & Sons.
There you go.
Yeah.
And they combined with James Newton Howard's orchestration. I found that sequence powerful. I got chills. I got chills.
I didn't get chills, but I found it fairly powerful too. You're
Good,
right.
good,
That was
but-
my favorite sequence in the movie.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean that movie really. That sequence contributes a lot to me liking that. Kind of like in and we'll get to it. Who knows when? But kind of like easily, I'm sure you and me agree that Quantum of Solace is easily the weakest Daniel Craig Bond movie.
Yeah.
But the movie's redeemed for me a little bit because there's an amazing sequence that takes place during a production of Puccini's Tosca, and it's so well done with the action choreography that when the movie was over, I was like, you know what, Quantum of Solace wasn't half bad. And then I got home and I was like, you only like that more because of that sequence. But
sometimes action choreo. It's sort of like what we were talking about when we did the Matrix Reloaded. Where like we shit on that entire movie, but then all of us were like, yeah, but how about that highway chase?
Yeah. So, but this one really brought it home for me, and I also really loved the ending. I thought it was fucking cool, man.
Oh, Feral Pita?
That was insane.
That was cool. Yeah.
And I mean, he tries to strangle her in a very realistic-looking strangulation. Jesus.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
It was good. I liked Feral Pita. Josh Hutcherson kind of pulled it off because he's sort of a blank slate anyway.
Right. I mean, it was a cliffhanger, man. You didn't think it was a good cliffhanger?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, see, I did.
I didn't think, with the stakes in these movies, I didn't think it was a strong enough cliffhanger because honestly, it's a little like the Matrix Reloaded cliffhanger.
Oh, this movie's way better than that fucking shit.
And what's the cliffhanger? Is Peeta going to kill Katniss? No, of course not.
No, the cliffhanger's, probably just, how's everything going to go forward from now on? And her emotional arc, she's like really fucked up. That's the cliffhanger.
Yeah.
To me.
It's fine.
And I also I thought the production design, which is something we never really talk about too much. We talk about cinematography a lot.
What? District 13? Well, we're just
no. Just the whole look. The whole look was a little less of things going on, a little less busy, and I like that. This was the only one of the three where there's not 1,000 fucking things happening in every corner of the screen, and I kind of like that.
Yeah, there's nothing going on any corner.
Maybe that's why I liked it. It was just a more toned down, like sedated version, and just darker and moodier. And I didn't find like some of the platitudes that are expounded on in the first two were a little much for me. And in this one,
these last two are so much worse with that. There's so much goddamn speechifying.
Yeah, in the I found that in part two. I didn't find that much in part one. I just found the muted tone that pulled it off a little better.
Oh,
what can I say?
Give me a break. The whole thing in part one, when they write her a big speech and she's like holding a flag dressed as a superhero. And then, Plutarch Heavensby, Philip Seymour Hoffman, is like, or I think is he the one, or Woody Harrelson, that's like, remember when Katniss moved you? And they decide it's in genuine moments. They take her back to District 12.
Yeah.
And it's like in ruins.
Yeah.
My city in ruins. That's a Bruce Springsteen song about 9/11. Anyway, fucking they
what were the Twin Towers doing in this movie too? That was weird.
What district are they in? That's what I'm confused about.
Yeah. I think they're in District 9 and
no, I heard a lot of
11?
South Africans are in District 9.
Oh, nice one.
Thank you.
I thought I saw Charlton Copley pop up in the corner.
Yeah, good one. Pat on the back for that one.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking, no, but then, so all she does is deliver an equally artificial speech after seeing District 12 in ruins, and they're like, oh, now we got it. She is the Mockingjay.
I'm with
she
you.
is truly the Mockingjay.
I hear you. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say it isn't platitudinal, but, sure. Yeah, a lot of that. Oh, I know. Actually, I'm glad you did that. You know, one of the other reasons I liked I did this was a little easier on me. This movie.
What?
I didn't have to hear that fucking theme 1,000 times. Not the one you.
No, I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't in it like at all, and it was just I was like, oh, I'm. And then in part 4, it came back big time, and I'm like, boy, I didn't miss that. So I think it was the little things in this movie that were just. It was like almost like a breather.
I did miss Stanley Tucci though, and where that score goes, Stanley Tucci goes.
I did not. So there you go. Yeah, that's right. So there you go. I didn't miss him at all because I hate his character.
I miss Tucci. Not enough Woody Harrelson. I like the one scene where Elizabeth Banks is like wearing rags, but that's it. I mean, just I don't care about these new characters, any of them, and that includes the great Oscar-nominated tonight actor Mahershala Ali.
Oh yeah.
Franchise crossover. He was in Predators.
That's right.
I love that guy. He plays like the security director of District 13 or something.
Like one of the military advisors.
I mean, he's just asked to stand there and look imposing. Basically, he has a little more to do in part 2, but I mean, yeah, it's just everyone's just wasted. Like in the second movie, you're hiring good actors like Philip Seymour Hoffman and Jeffrey Wright, and you're giving them shit to do. In this movie, it's like, oh, let's get Julianne Moore and Mahershala Ali and shit, and Natalie Dormer, who I guess is a Game of Thrones person. I'm not really familiar with her. And just give them nothing.
Yeah, I had a good time.
All of a sudden, we're asked to care about Prim.
No, I didn't really care about anybody. I just liked that musical sequence.
How about Jesus? How about the end of that? There's like one action sequence in this entire movie, and the big climax of it is Katniss's sister Prim saving her cat.
Oh yeah, she saves the cat.
Yeah,
that reminds me of Ripley in Alien saving the cat. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. No, I actually thought about
Prim is no Ripley.
No, she ain't. No, but it reminded me of a tiny little story from, I remember, one of the, this is totally unrelated, but why not? Throw it in there. That's what we do here at the franchise. One of the producers of Alien, when they were showing it to the screening audience, he knew he had a hit when the audience was so invested in the ending that he remembers that an audience member screamed at the screen, "Don't save the fucking cat!" And he's like, "I knew we had them hooked."
Yeah.
Oh, Alien, we'll get to that.
He didn't need that. He had him hooked when Ripley strips off that spacesuit.
Yeah, one of the more bizarre choices of...
it's this weirdly sexual moment, like in the most intense part of Alien.
So strange.
Yeah.
It's still strange.
I know. It's odd to me every time I watch that movie.
Yeah, it doesn't, it's not something you, it's right there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like you're totally invested. You're like, get out of there, Ripley. And then all of a sudden, Ridley Scott's like, you've made it this far. We might as well show her nipple.
You're going to be a star.
Well, he was right about that one.
Yeah, he was.
Sig Heil. Okay.
I don't get that joke.
Sigourney Weaver, Heil.
Sigourney Weaver, Heil.
Sig Heil.
Oh, that's all it was. Just a Sig, her name. Okay.
That's right.
Thought there was some Nazi reference.
Nope. Just a shout out to Sigourney. Okay. All right. Hey, we got another Golden Globe nomination for Mockingjay Part 1.
Is that for the other song in the movie?
That's right. It's Yellow Flicker Boat by Ingenue Lord.
Yeah. That wasn't a bad song. I listened to the credits.
It's no Royals.
It's no Hanging Tree. It's no Lumineers, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I guess.
That song should have gotten something. It didn't get anything.
No, it lost the Golden Globe, though, to, everyone was on the bandwagon this year. Of course, Glory from the picture Selma.
Oh, okay.
Remember that? John Legend was at every award show that year with Conan.
Didn't see Selma, and I don't know the song.
I had to sit through so many goddamn red carpet interviews with that Chrissy Teigen. I wanted to kill myself. John Legend, man.
Not a fan.
Not a fan. I mean, just not a fan. I like Common, but I mean, and I wasn't a fan of that movie either. I mean, that was the year of hashtag Oscars so white, was it?
I think so.
Yeah, and I agreed with it on a lot of points.
Sure.
I remember, I mean, for one thing, Michael B. Jordan for Creed was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I saw that Selma, and I
She's nominated this year, though, for something she should be, that director.
Yeah, the 13th. Yeah.
Fucking
and
great.
Good for her. I do think Ava DuVernay is a talented director. But but Selma seemed so stately and
well, you told me, too, that I just wasn't in the mood for yet another movie bashing, caricaturing...
Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yeah, I've had enough.
But there's not too much of that. I just felt like it was another biopic, you know? Like,
Sure.
If you're going to do a biopic, it should be... I mean, okay, so this was like MLK.
Right.
His counterpoint was Malcolm X. Spike Lee's Malcolm X is one of the craziest and best movies ever made.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still only his second best film. That's how fucking good Spike Lee is. That's right. Do the right thing. But, yeah, I just didn't care for Selma. It starts out kind of baller. It has a great opening sequence.
Uh-huh.
But, no thank you. But, you know, good for her tonight. And I'll be rooting for her, I think. I mean, her or the OJ. Yeah, Made in America.
Yeah, I saw that, by the way, the whole thing now.
Oh, how fucking great is that?
It's amazing.
That's 5 stars all over the place.
I've actually seen 2 of the documentary ones that are up.
What was the other one?
Yeah, 13th and OJ.
Oh, yeah. Well,
and one of the documentary short subjects.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. We should do really, really fast forward done today.
At the end, we'll make a couple quick Oscar predictions.
Sure.
Yeah. All right.
So Mockingjay 1, want to wrap up here?
Yes.
Because I got a superhero count.
All right, who's your MVP?
Jennifer Lawrence.
You're going J-Law. You know what I'm going with? I've got a kind of a weird one here. And because he's not in the movie very much, but I felt like he popped in his screens. I love mind-wiped, brainwashed PETA. I'm going Josh Hutcherson, MVP.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I'm not going to argue that.
Okay.
My LVP is Lionsgate.
Oh, good call. Lionsgate for splitting this into 2 movies.
And for really just a fucking completely, not even transparently being a cash cow. Just
obvious.
Lionsgate, fuck you. Come on.
Lionsgate, I'm going to make them my blanket LVP for both of these movies, but if I'm going to give it to a specific actor...
I actually was too. So
I've always hated the work of young actor Evan Ross.
Who's he in this?
Nobody knows this guy. I've been harboring a grudge on him for years. I just never like him in anything.
Oh, that's fun.
He's one of these young actors that he's got a gravelly voice and it doesn't change, and he talks like this all the time. And he's they give Katniss that camera crew, and one of them's Natalie Dormer. She's hot and cool, and then Eldon Henson. He's not yapping, and the other one's this kid Evan Ross. I've just never liked him.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's fair.
Yeah.
My superhero count, I got 4. 4 new ones, because we're not doing carryovers. I already did them last week.
Okay.
Mahershala Ali is in Luke Cage as Cottonmouth.
That's true, yeah.
Eldon Henson is in Daredevil as Foggy Nelson.
Foggy Nelson, absolutely.
Natalie Dormer was in the first Captain America movie.
How about that? All right.
Played somebody named Private Lorraine. I couldn't remember at all. And then you'll know this more than me, but the bad, nasty general who kills all those people is an actor named Robert Nepper.
I love Robert Nepper. Great TV character actor.
Oh, there you go. See, I never seen him in my life, and he played the Clock King in Arrow and Flash.
Oh, so he did. That's true. He also, I know you don't count it, but he was the main villain in the last season of Heroes.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
All right.
And was on the terrible, unwatchable. No, not unwatchable. There was this horrible CW show that I watched almost every episode of because it was so bad in a funny way.
Yeah.
Called Cult, and he was like the main guy in that. Just wanted to shout out to Cult, which has one of my favorite lines of dialogue in TV history. This was the mystery of the show. People trying to figure out what this line meant. You know these things. They just snap right off. What does it mean? We never found out. It got canceled. And, motherfucker, I tweeted the creator of the show once, like, dude, can you just tell me what these things just snap right off means? And he wouldn't do it. He was like, I'm hoping to revive the series elsewhere. And I was like, motherfucker, no one's picking up Cult.
Well, at least he answered you.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to give it... oh, wait, is he your LVP?
No, Lionsgate.
Oh, right. Okay. Hunger Games Mockingjay, I'm giving it 2.
I'm giving it 4.
Oh, my God.
Now, when we come to rankings, it's not my favorite one, but I'm still giving it 4. I really liked it, man.
Okay.
Really dug it. And I didn't have all these problems with it like I had in the other two. I just feel like it smoothed itself out and everything was a little bit more assured to me. So we have a clear disagreement on this.
It's too smooth. I think that's my problem. I
like that.
I was bored.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll have more agreement on the last one.
I'll say I think Mockingjay Part 2 is better than Mockingjay Part 1.
Okay, maybe we won't have more agreement.
I don't like it. I don't like either one of these movies. But I do think it's a better movie.
Yeah, I do not at all.
I didn't think so. All right, so Mockingjay Part 2 released 1 year minus a day later, November 20th, 2015. We're doing these on Thanksgiving weekends now. Fair enough. The whole family can go. A budget of $160, the highest of any of these movies. A box office of $653.4, the lowest of any of these movies.
Yeah, which is weird. Yeah.
I think no one liked Part 1.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
It's number 7 in the box office. First one not to sneak into that top 5. I have here the top 10 from 2015. Can you do it?
Of course not, but go start.
2015? It's only a year ago.
That's 2 years ago.
Well,
no, really.
Not really. We're only in Feb.
Oh, man. 2015. Okay, am I going to be right now on Avengers?
Avengers Age of Ultron is number 3.
Okay. There's nothing DC did. And Marvel did. I bet they had another one.
No other Marvels on the list.
All right. 2015. Help me out, man. Help me out.
All right. All right. Number 10. It's an MGM franchise.
Oh, Spectre?
That's correct.
Okay.
Number 9. A live-action version of a Disney cartoon.
Jungle Book?
No, that's 2016.
All right. Tarzan?
Cinderella.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Number 8. The Golden Globe winner for Best Comedy.
Oh, I don't know.
Don't you remember that great comedy, The Martian?
Oh, man. Boy, was I not a fan of that movie.
It was okay. Number 7 was Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. Number 6, a spin-off of a DreamWorks animated franchise.
Okay.
That is Minions.
I was going to say Despicable Me. Yeah. Okay.
Number 5, a franchise about a dysfunctional family starring A guy who died during filming.
2015 dysfunctional family.
They're not related by blood, but they're a family. We're family. And
well, no. Okay, I was going to have an absurd guess.
It features one of the great wrestlers of all time. It also features a great rapper. It also features...
Oh, wait, I was right. I was going to say Fast and the Furious.
That's correct. Which one?
Oh, I don't fucking know.
Furious 7.
Faster, Furiouser.
How great is the title of this new 8th one?
Yeah, what is it again?
The Fate of the Furious.
I love it.
I think
really
that's
good.
I think that's legit brilliant.
Yeah, they're sticking with the alliteration.
And Fate 8.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. When that shit comes out on DVD, Hank, let's do the Fast and the Furious movies.
Sure.
I really want to.
Yeah.
Number 4, Pixar movie. A great Pixar movie.
Wait, you really liked it? Was it Inside Out?
That's correct. Yep.
Didn't do too bad here.
Doing all right. 3, you already got Avengers: Age of Ultron. Number 2, the return of a franchise in big fashion. Huge. Featuring one of my favorite TV actors who has become a movie star.
Okay.
It also has the daughter of an old 70s and 60s sitcom actor.
Jesus, I don't know.
It's Jurassic World.
Oh, that makes sense. Sure, Bryce Dallas Howard. Yeah, that was okay.
And number 1, it begins with a crawl.
Oh, Force Awakens.
That's right. Star Wars: The Force Awakens. How'd you not get that?
I didn't. 2015 and 2016 are kind of blurring into one another for me today. I'm not differentiating. And I got it with the crawl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So Mockingjay Part 2. We are going ahead. It's just Mockingjay Part 1 with more action. Like, I don't know. There's some new characters. I think maybe the reason I like it slightly more than the first one is that we're spending a little more time with our characters that were introduced in Catching Fire. Lot more Jenna Malone, lot more Finn. Woody Harrelson has some stuff to do finally. Mm-hmm. That's why I like it. But you know what my big problem with both these movies is? Come to think of it.
What?
You know what my favorite part of The Hunger Games is?
The Hunger Games?
The Hunger Games.
I knew you were going to say that.
I gotta sit through 2 goddamn Hunger Games movies where no one's fighting in the Hunger Games?
It's very ironic. Yeah.
Get me out of here.
And that's why I made one of my few notes on this part. On part 2 was there's a lot of action, but not as interesting as the first 2 because the first 2 are in the Hunger Games.
It'd be like if they did a season of Survivor where the whole season was talking heads and we didn't get any gameplay.
Yeah, it's just that's what turns 2 to that's what really I think for part 2 turned me off because the action that you do get is just could be in any other action movie. You got a bunch of Descent-like alien creatures.
Wait, I have a lot to say about that. Fuck yeah,
all right.
All right, that's the worst part of any of these movies. Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. Listen, I don't like fantasy. You know that about me. I hate the Lord of the Rings movies. I don't watch Game of Thrones.
I'm not really a fan of fantasy either.
But listen, I can just about deal with the Hunger Games. You're telling me, all right, we're on these 12 districts.
Because you're like, it's borderline sci-fi, right?
Yeah, it's borderline sci-fi. There's a civil war. That's fine. We're doing the Hunger Games. That's baller. Now, all of a sudden, in this movie, there's zombies.
Yeah.
They look like dog shit. You know what they? First of all, this is Francis Lawrence's Constantine coming out, and we gave him a pass in Catching Fire. Not anymore. Fucking.
No.
You know what they look like? You know what they look like? The garbage Uber vampires from Blade 2.
Oh.
Guillermo del Snoro. I hate that movie.
I bet you've been waiting to say that name for 40 weeks.
Honestly, just came up with it.
That is brilliant.
No, it's not.
Del Snoro.
But
I'm with you on that guy.
Listen, these things look like garbage. And then finally, these zombies are off the screen. Thank God. And then all of a sudden, wait, what's this? A cat lady? Yeah. That's right. There's a character in this movie. I don't even know why she's here. She serves no purpose. She's a woman who looks like a cat.
So do we have aliens on this planet? I mean, we hadn't had them before, you know?
She says that Donald Sutherland said she wasn't pretty enough. So what? Does Donald Sutherland want to bang cats? And so he had her like surgically
Or was that
changed?
Like a punishment to look like that? Was she like it's really sick either way. I don't know.
Did she take some fucking polyjuice potion like we're in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets? Some people are going to love that joke.
Yeah, I didn't get it, but I'm laughing anyway.
Hear more about my opinions on Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on the Real Weird Sisters podcast.
Yeah. And eventually when we cover it.
Yeah, that's true. I tried to get the Real Weird Sisters to come on Hunger Games, but that Martha Kriebel, the great weird sister, is traveling in Germany.
Oh.
Yeah. So couldn't get those guys. And Martha,
right.
Yeah, that's Martha. Yeah, and I'm blanking on the other weird sister. I feel like a dick.
Oh, it's okay.
Is it Alice? I think it's Alice.
I don't know.
Sorry, weird sisters. Alice Azelson. She has a different last name. That's what threw me off.
Was Martha happy she was referenced in the movie Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice?
Is she referenced?
Martha!
Oh, of course, Martha. Yeah. Wait, hang on. Hold the phone. Your mom's name Martha too? We can get along.
Yep.
All right. Fucking whatever. Mockingjay Part 2. It's basically... I think the bigger problem with there being no Hunger Games isn't just that I think it's boring. It's that the Hunger Games is the original part about the Hunger Games series.
Right.
If we're not doing that, it's just a dystopian future movie.
That's right.
Like, if we're not fighting in the Hunger Games, this might as well be Divergent.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. That's why I was born.
I don't care. I just don't care.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't care about anything.
Me neither. I didn't care about anything either. I liked, what did I like? I guess it's a couple of moments are well filmed. I really liked Donald Sutherland in this. I thought he was great.
I thought he was great.
He had that great moment at the end.
When she shoots Julianne Moore and he laughs, that shit's baller. Yeah.
That was awesome. And his reaction is just great. And he's getting my MVP for this.
Ooh, you know what? That's a really good call. He might get... No, I'm going to go with someone else because I haven't given him one yet. Or maybe I did. Fuck.
Well, I haven't given Donald Sutherland one, and I want to, so...
I'll say I still enjoy Dark Peta in this movie.
Yeah.
I think I'm so happy to have Jenna Malone back.
She's not in it much.
Yeah, but she's cool. She has a couple good scenes with Katniss.
Yeah.
Where they're sort of commiserating
and
getting to know each other. And she's also, like, bald. She looks like fucking Natalie Portman in V for Vendetta. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And Philip Seymour Hoffman is good in his couple scenes. Obviously, he's always good no matter what.
Was he really... is there a couple of CGI'd scenes with him?
Nope, they were going to do that and didn't. The one big scene...
Okay, I wanted to ask you that.
The one big scene that they didn't get to film with Philip Seymour Hoffman was he was going to talk to her at the end, and they ended up replacing it with a scene where Woody Harrelson reads her a letter from him.
Well, that actually worked. I thought that was fine.
I agree. I actually think the best acting in this movie is Woody Harrelson in that scene.
Yeah, that's really good. I didn't remember if this was the point where they had to, I couldn't. So, okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I don't like that. I wouldn't want that to have happened to him, so that's good.
No, it didn't. There's no hologram Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah.
Or we didn't use his twin brother like we did with Paul Walker.
Oh, God.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Paul Walker has a brother who looks vaguely like Paul Walker, and so there's a couple shots in Furious 7 where we're just looking at Paul Walker's brother.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speed kills. All right. Fucking. I also enjoyed some of the deaths. We get to see Finn and Prim die. Those are some big deaths.
Yeah, but you didn't like the aliens, but you liked the way Finnick goes down.
I liked. I think we saw Finn's wedding earlier in the movie, which was like a blatant grab at us caring more about Finn.
Yeah.
But it kind of slightly worked, so I cared a little bit more about Finn.
Well,
I didn't care about Prim, but I cared about Katniss's reaction to Prim.
She gets blown away. Yeah, I mean, I think it's always, anytime, like, in a movie when they show, like, one of the heroes dying for other people so they can escape, sometimes I'm always a sucker for that, so he like, takes it for the team. So that was a good death. The black oil sequence, what do you think of that? Scary water.
I can't call anything black oil not having to do with the X-Files, but...
Okay.
No, it was less the black oil in the X-Files, more dark water in that Jennifer Connelly movie.
Oh, boy.
Hey, I watched a Jennifer Connelly movie this week for the first time that I loved.
I saw a Jennifer Connelly movie with your boy Anthony, what's his name? Who's Falcon?
Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, I saw a movie called Shelter that was very good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a couple of years ago. Nobody saw it. I think I was the only one. But yeah. What did you see?
I saw a great John Hughes film that I'd never seen before.
Career Opportunities?
Career fucking Opportunities? How have I never seen this?
I don't know. I saw it like a billion years ago. I don't remember anything about it. Isn't Frank Whaley in that?
Frank Whaley's dynamite in it.
Yeah.
It's just an hour and 20 minutes. First of all, great running time.
Right.
Of Frank Whaley and Jennifer Connelly hanging out in a Target.
That's right.
It's fucking great. Dermot Mulroney shows up.
Oh.
It's baller.
Well, there you go.
So that's a big recommend. I'll recommend Career Opportunities over both of these Mockingjays.
I'll recommend Shelter if people are interested in a very tiny movie.
I did
two homeless heroin addicts. It's very good.
That's more
actually
serious.
one heroin. Yeah, it's very dark and depressing. But
now this is later Jennifer Connelly, so she no longer has her boobs, and she no longer has a unibrow, which she does in Career Opportunities.
Yeah.
So it's a different kind of performance from her. But
she was directed by her hubby too. This one.
Who's she married to?
She's married to Vision.
Who's that guy again?
Paul Bettany.
Paul Bettany, right.
I just thought of that. Maybe that's why Falcon is in it, because they know each other. They're on the Avengers together.
That's very possible, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say I watched Career Opportunities in a great triple feature, Hank.
Triple feature? Wow.
I did a triple feature this week. First movie, My Father the Hero. You ever see that?
No, but it came up a long time ago on this show.
Sure, Gerard Depardieu, has to pretend that he's banging his daughter, Katherine Heigl.
Right.
Then Career Opportunities, and then closed it off with a great dose of my favorite Tyler Perry movie. That's right, I rewatched it again, Hank. Medea's Family Reunion.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
Is that the one you forced me to watch?
Yes, it is.
Ugh.
Come on, you loved parts of it.
I did not. Oh, God.
That's an incredible movie.
That's the one with, who is it, Maya Angelou pontificates on the porch?
Yep, it's that one. It's the one where Boris Kodjoe paints while that girl reads slam poetry. It's the one where they throw grits in Blair Underwood's face and he almost gets killed. It's the one where there's that wedding at the end, and there's people dressed as angels hanging from the ceiling of the church.
Oh my God!
It's an incredible movie.
That's a hell of a triple
guys.
feature.
If you've never seen a Tyler Perry movie, first of all, get on that shit and make sure the one you see is Medea's Family Reunion. I'd also recommend Why Did I Get Married?
All right.
Hey, Hank.
What?
You know how I've been wanting to do Medea on this podcast and you've been turning me down?
Yeah.
I just thought of something.
What'd you think of?
There's a sequel to Why Did I Get Married? It would just be a one-off episode. You just have to watch 2 Tyler Perry movies.
If that's what happens, that would be a deal.
Oh!
I could live with that.
Yes!
You know, you're not sucker punching me into, you know, a 10-movie marathon of this fool.
Well,
I could handle that.
Yeah, Medea, I understand. You'd have to get Medea Goes to Jail, Boo of Medea Halloween, the Medea Christmas. You'd have to watch Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
No.
A lot of Medea movies.
Yeah. No, if it's just a 2, you know, I could, you know.
Yeah,
fine.
Why Did I Get Married? Why Did I Get Married 2? TOO.
That's fine.
Yeah. We'll do that soon. Stay
We'll
tuned.
do that. We'll do that in the distant future.
No, stay tuned. Now, I got excited briefly in Mockingjay Part 2 when Julianne Moore was like, well, what we can do as revenge is make all the young people from the Capitol compete in a 76th Hunger Games. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, but you knew that wasn't going to happen.
I thought that might be like the last hour of Mockingjay Part 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I remembered enough about it that didn't
No,
happen.
I remember. I mean, I'm talking about when I saw this movie the first time.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But no, it doesn't happen, and it sucks.
Well, I was glad it was over. So, I mean...
Yeah, I mean...
She that would have added... then we would have had to have a 5th Hunger Games movie, so I don't know.
I'd have taken it if it was just a 90-minute movie, all Hunger Games. That's the only way I'd watch another Hunger Games movie.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So, yeah. Are we wrapping this up already?
Well, we have other stuff. We give it, like, Oscar picks, and...
We can do that. I'll say...
but if you got more to say, please.
The lone addition to the cast in this movie is the always welcome Michelle Forbes.
Mm-hmm.
I like her a lot.
I like her too.
Yeah. The commander of the Pegasus on Battlestar Galactica. What do you know her from?
I know her from California with a K.
Oh, I love that movie.
It's a great movie. And I guess just various movies. And I've seen some of that show, The Killing.
Yep. Yeah, she was in the first season of that. Or maybe the first couple. I only watched the first season.
Yeah, no, she's good.
Good actor.
Yeah, I like her.
Sure.
But, the Big D is definitely getting my MVP.
I'm going to give it to... Woody Harrelson.
You gave it to him already, but
did I? All right, then I wanted to give it to someone new. I'll go with... I'll go with Sutherland, too. I haven't done that yet, right?
Yeah, you really should.
No, he's fantastic. He's fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, he's really good, and bless him for sticking through all these. You know, and he's got that nice scene in the end, too, with her in the
What else does Donald Sutherland have to do these days?
He works a lot.
Yeah, but like...
Takes a lot of stuff.
These were major movies for him.
Oh, no, I know.
He's not doing good shit.
Not anymore. Yeah.
I mean, the last thing I liked Donald Sutherland in before this was the TV show Dirty Sexy Money.
Oh, I never saw that. Yeah.
I mean...
No, but he was a hell of an actor for like 3 fucking decades, so I can't really, 70s, 80s, and 90s. He was always great.
He was great, sure.
I always remember him. And, I mean, there's a lot of cool movies he's in, but in JFK, he's got like that incredible monologue. He's in one scene. Do you remember that? He's like Mr. X, and he like explains this whole conspiracy. And
I do remember that now.
It is amazing.
Yeah, it's dynamite.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. He's great.
But yeah, I mean, you can shout him out for so many things, from MASH to Animal House to Don't Look Now to fucking...
I loved him in Ordinary People.
I don't like the movie Ordinary People.
I know you don't.
Ordinary People is one of my favorite novels of all time, and I think the only performance I like in the movie... Sorry, Mary Tyler Moore, R.I.P. I love Mary Tyler Moore.
Yeah.
But the only performance I really like in that movie is Timothy Hutton.
I love that movie, and I love all three of the main performances. But,
Okie doke. He's also great in 6 Degrees of Separation.
Yes, he is. He's also great as the crazy pyromaniac in Backdraft.
Oh, that's a good pull. Yeah, Backdraft.
I just thought of that.
Hey, isn't he in that fucking movie you love that no one else in the world has seen but you own on DVD?
Path to War.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Did that come up last week?
He actually won an Emmy for that. Yeah.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah, it did come up recently. I don't remember why, but it did. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Sutherland, he's a fine actor, but it's been...
Oh, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, too. Remember that one?
Yep. Great.
Yeah.
It's been a minute, though, since I've seen him in anything but these Hunger Games movies.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, he showed up in Horrible Bosses. That might have been the previous.
Oh, did he? I saw that. I don't remember him in that. Okay.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't one of the horrible bosses. That's why you don't remember him.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So I'm going to give Mockingjay Part 2 also 2.
I'm going to give it 2.
Okay. My LVP... check
Mine's
this
a
out.
carryover. Yeah.
Mine is not. And mine, this is a bold statement. Bold statement city.
Uh-oh. Oh, can I guess?
Yep.
Are you going to go Julianne Moore?
No, I'm not.
Oh, all
Although Julianne Moore, while a great actor, does not seem as committed as Philip Seymour Hoffman and
I agree.
And Donald Sutherland. I just don't think she belongs in these movies.
Yeah.
She's miscast or something. They cast her because it's like, well, let's cast Julianne Moore. Why not? She's fucking Julianne Moore. She's one of the best actors in the world.
I agree.
But I just don't think she belongs here. Yeah. Although I do love that now we have multiple Magnolia cast members in the Hunger Games.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. How is John C. Reilly not in these movies?
Yeah.
He seems like he'd belong.
He would.
Yeah. He could have played the Jeffrey Wright role or something.
King Kong's, what is it? The new King Kong.
It's Kong Skull Island, my friend.
Sorry.
Yeah. That looks
so your LVP was who?
Oh, I didn't say it yet. I'm going with Suzanne Collins.
Ooh,
the author of the novels, because I remember.
Is it her fault
I remember when the Mockingjay book came out. I was dating that girl Mary at the time.
Okay.
A big fan of the Hunger Games books, and she didn't care for the Mockingjay novel, and I feel like I heard that from a few people, and I'll tell you what. I think she poorly wrapped up the series.
Interesting.
It's not like, Deathly Hallows, I think, is a great book. If you have a problem with those movies, it's because the studio cut them in two. I mean, Twilight Breaking Dawn, that was always shitty, right? So the split didn't matter.
Yeah.
I think this Mockingjay was just a worse book than the first two, and so fucking the movies are worse.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really like that choice. I have no way to corroborate it, but I think that's a very you seem to know what you're talking about.
Tweet at me if I'm wrong. I've never actually read it, but this is from word of mouth and things I've heard.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Go with the author.
Yeah.
So rankings.
Who's your LVP?
I said it was a carryover from part one, Lionsgate.
Oh, Lionsgate, sure. Okay. Rankings, so easy for me.
Yeah, I figured.
It's 2-1-4-3.
For me, it's
2134.
Yeah, 2134.
Wait, you? I thought you might go 2314.
No, actually, I am. I'm going 2314.
Oh, baby, 2314. That means we're very different on these.
Yeah, and I mean, but with the understanding that obviously the first one I really really like, and the rest wouldn't exist. But I just personally. I like 3 a lot, but it's 2, 3.
Yeah, and you like Francis Lawrence more than you like Gary Ross.
For sure, that's a big part of it, I think, for me.
Yeah,
that's the Hunger Games.
All right, so the only thing we agree on about the Hunger Games is that Catching Fire is the best one.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well. What?
No. I was just going to say, before we do the Oscar thing, I just wanted to address real quick the article I wrote.
Oh, well, we have a few things we can do.
Yeah, sure.
We can let's flag up really quick the next film we're doing.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
All right. So next week, it's a one-off episode. We're going to be covering Crank and Crank 2, High Voltage.
I have seen about a half an hour of one of those, and I don't know which one. So it'll be fun for me.
Yeah, so we're dipping our toes into the world of Neville, Dean, and Taylor next week, and we hope that you enjoy it. I'm a fan of those movies, and we haven't gotten to talk about Jason Statham yet, so that'll be fun.
And we have a guest, right?
Probably. I mean, almost definitely, but guests cancel, so I don't like to flag them up.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
But next week, Crank, check it out. Amy Smart, Jason Statham, all the best.
Yeah.
Go to HollywoodandToto.com.
Yeah, our friend Christian Toto published an article I wrote. He asked me to do my take on the state of music scores, and it was fun to do. It was no big deal, but it's cool, and gets just a totally idiosyncratic personal article about me pontificating, very pretentiously, and then he asked me to list some of my favorite scores, so I was trying to kind of hit a lot of different things, but we heard back from a couple people, and it was very nice actually, and I wanted to for the person who had said they would have included Glory, which I wanted to point out. I also agree that is one of James Horner's best scores, along with Braveheart, 2 superb scores that I had to keep off. I had to omit them, but I did, and I didn't give James Horner a credit, maybe because I was Titanic'd out. And he also wrote Inception, which is one of my favorite scores. I did include Hans Zimmer for The Dark Knight. And then a very astute listener who read pointed out that Winter's Bone was a great score by Dickon Hinchcliffe. And I wanted to mention him to that listener because I agree with you. Winter's Bone, Out of the Furnace, and Locke are all fantastic scores. And then very finally, to someone who pointed out Lord of the Rings, that I gave Howard Shore a shout-out for Gangs of New York, and I could have done it for about a billion other things because he is great. So I just wanted to recognize that I appreciated you guys reading that and your feedback. And also that funny one that you tweeted out for me, right, Dan? The guy who said, "How did you leave off Last of the Mohicans?"
Yeah.
And so that was actually something I wanted to put on but didn't have time to get on there. So anyway, sorry about that. I just wanted to thank everybody for their responses to that. It was very nice. And check out the article if you haven't already.
HollywoodInToto.com.
Yeah.
All right. Let's make some Oscar picks. Today is Oscar Day. Likely, when you're listening to this, the Oscars will have happened already. You can call us dumb or smart based on these.
This is one of the first years I haven't seen all 9 films.
Oh, please. I've seen 2 of them.
I saw 4. Yeah, so do you want to do I think it's more. Do you want to do what we think will win?
Yeah,
or what
predictions.
Yeah,
Because
not what we want to
if
win.
we want to win, like I've only seen two of them. I'm gonna put
Yeah, that's
Hell or
a
High
good-
Water and Manchester by the Sea for everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So okay, Dan? What's gonna win Best Picture?
I'll tell you right now. Best Picture, real quick. The nominees: Arrival, Fences, Hacksaw Ridge, Hell or High Water, Hidden Figures, La La Land, Lion, Manchester by the Sea, and Moonlight. The winner is going to be Moonlight. And the reason for that is because La La Land's going to win a bunch of other shit. I believe we're going to do the old Best Picture, Best Director split this year. Damien Chazelle is going to win Director for La La Land, and we're going to give Moonlight Best Picture.
I think La La Land is going to get Picture and Director.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a pretty big night for that.
I think it's going to be a huge night, but I think Picture we're going to give to Moonlight.
Okay.
All right.
Actor
in a leading role. We have Casey Affleck, Manchester by the Sea, Andrew Garfield for Hacksaw Ridge, Ryan Gosling for La La Land, Viggo Mortensen for Captain Fantastic, Denzel for Fences. I'd love to see Denzel get up there, for a performance in one of my favorite plays of all time. But I'd be perfectly happy to see Casey Affleck win, and I think that is going to happen.
I agree. I think they're going to do it. It's going to be a little bit of a surprise, but I think Casey Affleck's going to win.
Okay. Actress in a leading role, we have Isabelle Huppert in Elle, Ruth Negga in Loving, Natalie Portman in Jackie, Emma Stone in La La Land, Meryl Streep and Florence Foster, Fuckhead, as We Hate Movies calls it, which I enjoy.
Wait, say again?
a podcast I listen to calls Florence Foster Jenkins exclusively Florence Foster Fuckhead.
That's great.
Yeah.
Boy, prediction
Shout
on
out to
that.
Andrew Jupin on that one. All right.
Prediction on that.
I'd love to see Ruth Negga win. I love Ruth Negga. But I do think it's ultimately going to come down to Isabelle Huppert and Emma Stone. And I think while Isabelle Huppert won the Golden Globe Golden Globe Award, you have to remember that the Golden Globes are given out by the Hollywood Foreign Press Association.
That's right.
And I do think that Emma Stone's going to be walking away with this one.
I'm going to defer to you on that because I've only seen one of those movies, and I don't have a feeling for the Academy on these particular actresses. I don't think they're going to go with Meryl again.
No, definitely not.
So I think it'll probably be Emma Stone as well.
There you go. Very happy to see Preacher's Ruth Negga in the running, though.
All right.
Yeah. Actor in a support.
Got a few more here. Yeah.
Actor in a supporting role is Mahershala Ali in Moonlight, Jeff Bridges in Hell or High Water, Lucas Hedges in Manchester by the Sea, Dev Patel in Lion, Michael Shannon in Nocturnal Animals.
The criminally under-nominated Nocturnal Animals.
Oh, listen to you. All right. Yeah. Well, for Michael Shannon and Dev Patel, at least, the award is the nomination. I think Mahershala Ali's got a real shot here. I think he's going to win.
I agree. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to be a Moonlight La La Land type evening.
Yeah, I think so.
And then supporting actress.
Actress in a supporting role, we have Viola Davis in Fences, Naomi Harris in Moonlight, Nicole Kidman, in Lion, Octavia Spencer in Hidden Figures, and Michelle Williams in Manchester by the Sea. Now, this one, it's so unfair.
Okay.
Viola Davis, I mean, I haven't seen that movie, but I've seen the play. And I think they're just using the play as the screenplay for that movie. Mm-hmm. And that character is the lead female in that play. I just think...
Oh.
I think Viola Davis has so much more juice. But, I mean, whatever. She's an incredible actress. Michelle Williams will be snubbed again. What is that, like 4 or 5 nominations?
Yeah, you're right. She has, yeah.
And I think Viola Davis is walking away with this one.
You think she's taking it?
Yes.
I'm going to defer to you again.
Oh, come on, have an opinion.
I know, I want to have an opinion. Well, my opinions are also based on the past, too, though. I don't think they're going to give it to Michelle Williams. I don't think they're going to give it to Nicole Kidman. All right, I'll have an opinion. I think they got to give Hidden Figures some love, so I think Octavia Spencer.
Okay. And if Nicole Kidman wins this award, I'm going to an Oscar party tonight. I will be leaving the Oscar party.
That'll be an early departure because they usually do that category up front.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I remember the first Oscars I ever watched, Henry. This is so weird. I have this odd memory. The first Oscars I ever watched and the first award ever given out, I remember this, was Best Supporting Actress. And the winner was Diane Wiest for Bullets Over Broadway.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
Are there any other awards you want to do? Directing, we talked a little bit about. It's Denis Villeneuve for Arrival, Mel Gibson for Hacksaw Ridge, Damien Chazelle for La La Land, Kenneth Lonergan for Manchester by the Sea, and Barry Jenkins for Moonlight.
Well, I thought we kind of covered that.
Yeah, I mean, nothing would make me happier than to see Kenneth Lonergan win, but ultimately it's between Barry Jenkins and Damien Chazelle, and I think this is where we're giving Damien Chazelle the award.
All right, no, I did want to quickly cover the two more categories. I wanted to cover screenplay.
Okay, we talked a little bit about documentary feature. Yeah, and I do think it's probably, I mean, I want it to be O.J. Made in America or The 13th. It could possibly go to that Life animated as well.
Okay.
Okay, what other, you want to talk about foreign?
Jeez. This year I didn't see anything.
I don't know enough about the movie.
Fucking
I think
opinion.
that Tony Erdmann might win, but
I'll go for documentary short subject.
Oh, because you saw one.
Yeah, I saw Extremis. I hope that wins. No, I would like to do screenplay really quick, original and adapted.
Oh, okay.
Those are important, and then we can move on. I mean,
we
won't do score.
Man, I'm flying through these categories right now. Suicide Squad nominated for makeup and hairstyling.
Yeah, we can skip that. I mean, I always like
Passengers nominated for score. How about that?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
the winner for best song, by the way, will be "City of Stars" from La La Land.
Cinematography.
I am not looking forward to Lin-Manuel Miranda performing his fucking song from Moana.
Oh, that'll suck.
Yeah.
I never watched the musical numbers, ever. For best cinematography, I would love to see Rodrigo Prieto win one for Silence.
Okay.
By Scorsese. That would be really nice.
It'd be nice to see Silence get something, right?
Something, that's it.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that.
Writing, okay, you want to do the writing categories? I don't have the writers here, but I can name the movies.
Yeah, I do. I have them.
Oh, okay. So say adapted screenplay.
Adapted screenplay, Arrival. Do you want me to name the screenwriter?
Yeah.
Okay. By Eric Hesserer.
Okay.
Fences, August Wilson, by August Wilson.
The late August Wilson.
Yeah. Hidden Figures by Alison Schroeder and Theodore Melfi. Lion by Luke Davies. And Moonlight by Barry Jenkins and Terrell Alvin McCraney.
That's an interesting category.
I've seen one of those movies.
I don't think Lion has a shot. Ultimately, because Fences is basically the play, I don't think that really has a shot.
Yeah.
I do think Hidden Figures is going to get something, but I don't know if
Octavia Spencer is
I don't think it's going to be Octavia Spencer.
Right. You think it'll get screenplay?
I think it might. But then again, Moonlight and Arrival are both big ones. Yeah, Arrival, I'm going to say Moonlight, too.
Yep, me too.
Okay.
And then you took my opinion there. No, I'm just
All right. Original screenplay, to me, is very easy.
Boy.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, 3 of these are fucking great movies.
All right, so it's Hell or High Water by Taylor Sheridan. This is off the top of my head. La La Land by Damien Chazelle.
Yeah. The Lobster.
Great movie.
By Yorgos Lanthimos and Ilthimis Philippou.
Sure. It's no Dogtooth, but it's a good film.
It's a good film.
Manchester by the Sea by Kenneth Lonergan and 20th Century Women by Mike Mills, right?
I have an opinion on this. I think that because La La Land's going to get all the other stuff...
Manchester by the Sea.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Manchester by the Sea is going to win. I'd love to see Hell or High Water win.
Oh, man. Yeah.
But I do think Chazelle's going to win for director. I think Lonergan will win for screenplay.
So we're
Lonergan, I love Kenneth Lonergan. I've loved all 3 of his films.
Me too.
Manchester by the Sea, Margaret, and You Can Count on Me.
Yeah.
And I, as much as I love him as a filmmaker, he is a better writer than he is a director.
Yeah, I can't really argue with that. Yeah.
So yeah,
We're in agreement on most of our predictions here.
We are. I just think Moonlight's going to get that picture, and La La Land's going to get a lot of these technical categories. I'm talking about the sound categories.
Yeah. Costume,
I'm talking about production design. I'm talking about costumes. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. Maybe even editing.
Who knows? Probably. Who knows? Hollywood loves musicals.
Hollywood loves them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I do not.
It's going to win cinematography. You say you want Silence to win, but it's going to be La La Land.
Oh, I know Silence won't win.
Yeah.
I just would like to see it. And that he's a great cinematographer. He shot 25th Hour, among many other great films.
You have an animated feature film pick?
No.
All right. I think it's between Moana and Kubo and the Two Strings. All right, let's wrap up. I'm dead serious, and it's not going to go to My Life as a Zucchini. Stop it.